Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition, Patch 5, the party that refuses to do harm with spells. Last time we came up here to the Druid's Grove and helped defend them against an onslaught of goblins and wargs, and we did so in such a way that we lost no allies in this fight, and so the two soldiers in the group, Frobo and Lae'zel, gained a point of inspiration for their efforts. And in doing that fight, we gained enough XP to get ourselves to level 3. So let's see what we get at level 3. Fighters can become Battle Masters or Eldritch Knights. Eldritch Knights gain spellcasting, but since we are not going to be ones to use any kind of offensive spellcasting this campaign, because we believe that swords and arrows and hammers to be the way to kill a foe, we are instead going to take Battle Master, which means we can select 3 of these class passives, which are varying kinds of attacks, because Battle Masters are paragons of tactical superiority, combining combat maneuvers and experience in the field to dominate every fight. So our max HP will go up to 28, and we will get 4 superiority dice. And they are expelled when you finish a short or long rest. And with those superiority dice, we can pick 3 of these 6 things to do. Menacing attack. Spend a superiority die to deal 1d8 plus 3 plus 1d8 piercing damage and possibly frighten the target. Spend a superiority die to deal damage and possibly push the target back 15 feet. Spend a superiority die to bolster the resolve of a friendly creature. It gains 8 additional hit points. When a creature misses you with a melee attack, expend a superiority die to retaliate and deal 1d8 plus 1d8 slashing damage. Trip attack. Spend a superiority die to pierce damage and possibly knock a target down. Or disarming attack. Spend a superiority die to deal damage and potentially force the target to drop any weapons they are holding. So we know that Lae'zel is a fighter, and she too will be taking Battle Master, so we can kind of strategize between us who wants to take what. We don't want to take Riposte as Frobo, because we are unlikely to be attacked with a melee attack, since we will be acting from range. So instead, I'm going to take Menacing Attack, Pushing Attack, and Rally. I don't think tripping is going to be as good for us, because when you trip, the target becomes prone, and when you make a melee attack, you have advantage against a prone creature. However, if you are attacking at range, you have disadvantage when attacking a prone creature at range with a ranged attack. Riposte, as I said, we don't need, and disarming attack, since we're going to be attacking at range, I'm not so concerned with trying to get rid of whatever the creature is holding. So that is going to be Frobo. So Lae'zel, also a fighter. Max HP up to 28, and we get 3 class passives here as well. But we are going to take Riposte, because we want to be able to do slashing damage whenever somebody misses us with a melee attack. We spend superiority die to deal damage and potentially force the target to drop what they're holding. I'll take that one as well. And we're also going to take Trip Attack, so the direct opposite of Frobo, because we can attack once with a Trip Attack and then Battle Surge and then attack again. It means we might have the opportunity to attack a creature that is already laying down, which will give us advantage on said attack. And so we go race Githyanki up to level 3 as well. I'm not sure if that means anything for us specifically, but we'll find out on our character sheet in just a moment. As for Astarion, we can go Arcane Trickster or Thief. Arcane Trickster gets spells. Many of these aren't, in fact, damaging spells. It's only the extra last spell that you get to decide if you wish to take a damaging spell, though you don't have to. You can take Disguise Self and the like. Or we can go Thief, and when we go Thief, we get Fast Hands in an additional bonus action. And second story work. We've mastered the art of falling and gain resistance to fall damage. Now, additional bonus action means that we can cunning action, dash, or disengage, or both. It also means we can make bonus action offhand attacks twice. And so, since I've gone Arcane Trickster always before, I'm going to go Thief just for the variance, and because we're playing a group of heroes that are kind of shunning magic somewhat, we'll take Thief and see how that goes. As for Shadowheart, we gain additional hit points up to 21. We get 1 level 1 spell slot and 2 second level spell slots. We also get our Mirror Image spell and Pass Without Trace as our subclass features. And we can customize what spells we want from a new pool. However, some will be first level and some will be second level, and we need to accommodate accordingly. So we still only get to know 6 spells, and so what do we want to prepare? Obviously, nothing that will do harm. We will keep Bless and Shield of Faith. We obviously want Healing Word and Cure Wounds, but then from the remainder of these, bolster your allies with Toughness and Resolve, heals and increases max hit points by 5. Blindness. A blinded creature can try to shake off the effect after each turn, but they will be blinded. That it says always prepared. I don't think these are all always prepared. I think we have to opt into them. That might be an error, or it might just be a UI issue. Prayer of Healing, level 2 evocation, 2d8 plus 3 hit points for everybody. I think that's going to be very valuable to us. And I'm going to try Hold Person, because it doesn't do damage directly. It doesn't infringe upon our not killing foes without magic. Not killing foes with magic, always killing foes with a blade or a weapon otherwise. However, it will be able to give the possibility of really good advantage on many attacks, especially with Astarion being a rogue with sneak attack. That could be great as well. So we'll opt into that for now. Of course, we can change in the future. And that is level 4 reached for everyone. So in this area behind the Druid's Grove, or in front of the Druid's Grove, we are going to go in and sell stuff nearly immediately. So we might as well collect whatever we can from these corpses. We've got scrolls, weapons, generic bits of tat. Even if we become encumbered, it's going to be a short walk up to the shops where we can sell a bunch of this stuff. And we have 4 enemies here, and I need to cough. Excuse me, I'm glad you didn't have to listen to that. So the warg does not have anything on themselves. We can take stuff from everybody else though. These are the Gloves of Power, but you need the Mark of the Absolute in order to benefit from them, so we won't be equipping those just yet. The Bugbear, just some gold, and then lastly the Goblin Tracker up here. We can take the bow as well. Alright, so that is everyone looted. So let us go up into camp here. We might be presented with a short conversation because of our heroic efforts, but after that we can get to shopping. So I shan't make you watch me do the slow crawl into town.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
Oh, we've got halfling options. How about we cool those hot tempers and talk this through calmly?
And who the hell are you again?
Show some respect. This man saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
We've failed an insight roll, so don't know what that's going to be about, but we will use our intimidation as a soldier. And we will not be adding guidance as a bonus, because if you're stood around having a conversation with a bunch of people and Shadowheart just kind of goes, I guide you, in a very obvious and loud manner, because the spell does have verbal components, everyone else would just be like, excuse me, what are you doing trying to manipulate this conversation with magic? Which seems a bit off, so no guidance right now. We get what we need though, which is great.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
Alright. So, they
We need to leave.
are doing their thing. Meanwhile, we are going to walk up to here. At this little stand here is the trader Aaron. And with that, we can certainly do what we want to do. So what things do we have here? Menacing attack. Menacing attack. Okay. We get options for melee and ranged in both of those. And then rally. As for Lae'zel, we have disarming attack, trip attack, and Githyanki Psionics jump, which is very exciting. We can also change our opportunity attack here to riposte so that is switched on when we get attacked. But it can't always be on because we need to expend superiority die in order to do that.
Still alive.
So
That's progress.
We'll learn how to use those as we progress. As for now, here's Aaron, our good mate.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met, and thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
What are you selling?
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Alright. And they've got new grilled pork legs for supplies for camping and stuff. Fruits and oranges and all of the like, which is very interesting. So, first of all, let's get rid of our wares. I know I haven't really been keeping track of them too well, but there's a bunch of stones and all kinds of plain things that we don't need. I definitely don't need a flute. We'll keep all the food. We don't need this Eldritch rune anymore, I don't think, but hey, we'll hold on to it for a hot minute. There is another person down the way that will trade in armors and the like, so we'll hold on to that stuff for now. We certainly cannot cast Scroll of Inflict Wounds or Scroll of Firebolt, so we'll get rid of those. Don't think we can cast Scroll of Mage Armor either. Over here, it's currently auto-balancing the gold now, rather than... Is it? Maybe for the maximum value it's auto-balancing. Yes. But what we want over here... probably leather armor +1 for Astarion, although that's very expensive right now. They've got plenty in the way of camp supplies and healing potions. But for now, he's got 1,263 gold, so we'll just trade in cash. And we'll see what everybody else has in trinkets and gold.
That doesn't matter.
Get rid of any wares that we've collected. Then the weapons we can worry about handing off to the weaponsmith around the corner. So we'll trade that off. Astarion, we've got stones. Scroll of Shocking Grasp we cannot use. Scroll of Magic Missiles we cannot use. Don't think any of us can cast Mage Armor. And I definitely don't think that Shadowheart can cast Grease, so we'll just get rid of that now. Otherwise, we'll keep what else we have. And Shadowheart, just the armor and weapons that we have. So we'll come back possibly for some more of this stuff later, but we're going to deal with all of the cash that we have first and the weapons.
Guide your path.
So let's get Lae'zel leading the party as she's moving the fastest down to here where we can find the blacksmith working at a not terribly well equipped but sufficient forge.
You're all heroes.
What's this marker here? Zoru. Don't need to worry about Zoru for now. Lae'zel, please come and see Damon.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need, my selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Well, let's see what we can do. We do not need all of these long swords or short bows. We'll keep a pair of short swords for Astarion. Get rid of the rest of this. Light crossbow, clubs, many sets of armor.
It was his caravan.
Anything else? Looks like that's all. We've got 464 gold to trade, so we will barter for that. And then if the rest of the party have arrived, endless numbers of short bows. A scimitar is light and finesse, but that's effectively a short sword. I'm going to hold on to the pike for a little bit, just because it has the extra range. I might find some use for that. The padded armor we don't need. We'll trade off for cash there as well.
Don't touch.
Astarion, we've got some goblin weapons we've collected. Makeshift crossbow, no good to anybody. Scimitar. We've got a pair of short swords for him. Scale mail armor. I should definitely check what everybody else is wearing in regards to armor. We've got leather.
What will we do for work?
Switch, no. Give me back that for now.
I think
Trade. So Astarion's got leather armor, that's fine. Scale mail is 14 plus 2 with disadvantage. Don't think anybody else is going to be beating that right now. This is scale mail 14 plus 1. But that's a different character.
No time to waste.
And this is 13 plus 2.
Shoes. Where are my boots?
Alright, let's just double check who's wearing what before we carry on. Did the rest of the party not catch up yet? They are seemingly stuck at the top of a ladder for some reason. That's definitely how they should be working. Hopefully they'll figure out better pathing and guiding when people aren't around. Because now, Shadowheart, why are you climbing the ladder? You don't need to be at the top of the ladder, Shadowheart.
Where did I put that A long way to go still.
Alright, not sure what she's doing, but hey. Inventory. Sort by type for me, please. And let's just hand off all of the armor to Shadowheart so we can pick what she's going to be equipped with.
What am I to do?
This is not the sheet I want. That's the one we want. So this is medium armor, 13 plus 2. This is heavy armor, we're not proficient in. This is medium armor, 14 plus 2 disadvantage. I will take the extra armor class. And then we can sell off the heavy stuff because Lae'zel has 15 plus 1. If we pass this heavy armor to Lae'zel, this is just a straight 14, whereas this is 15 plus 1. So we'll send that back to Shadowheart, and Shadowheart can get to trading. Yes, you are heavily encumbered, I understand.
Get to the city.
Now that is a slow walk, isn't it?
I'd make a fine teacher.
Go on, you can do it, Shadowheart.
Or a butcher.
And get rid of all this stuff we don't need.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask.
You can have all of this really heavy stuff I do not need, sir.
My equipment in Elturel.
Alright. Noble, Dragon's Horde. Astarion is inspired. Press P to view. P? 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 No? Is it because we're in a trade screen? Oh, interesting. Inspiration. Noble, Chapter 1. Have at least 2,000 gold amongst the party. Dragon's Horde. Well, we now have 3/4 of our inspiration filled. How interesting. Okay, we are now no longer all encumbered, which is great, and evidently we have more than 2k in cash.
Well, something close.
Trade with us again, please, and let's see who might want any of this stuff. A 1d12 slashing bloodied great axe. Does not even show as a +1 weapon, just as an uncommon martial weapon. Whereas this battle axe +1 is something more akin to what Lae'zel would want to be wielding. Because this is 1d8 +1 slashing or 1d10 +1 slashing, whereas this is 1d8. We're wielding this at two-handed for 1d10 slashing. Anything else that we're more interested in? A light +1 crossbow. A +1 rapier. Spear +1. Scale mail armor +1. So a lot of good stuff, but very expensive. We have to prioritize who gets what. And we have 2k, and this is like 1,500 on its own. Is it cheaper if we have Shadowheart doing the talking? 1,300. A little bit, because she has a higher charisma score, I guess. Question is, do we want to spend this stuff now or later? And who do we want to outfit how and with what? I think what I'll do is I'll spend a moment offline making those decisions, do any shopping off screen, and then catch you up with any results afterwards. We also might want a helmet protecting against crits, but again, very expensive. But for now, it leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.